Hello everyone, I am Iswariya, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Dr. SNS College of Arts and Science. In this video, we are going to see a problem related to t-test in the course Statistical Foundation of Data Analysis. So the first question, a type of insecticide is filled in bags using a machine. A random sample of 10 bags were selected and their weights in kilograms are given 50, 49, 52, 44, 45, 48, 56, 45, 49, 45. Can we assume this sample be taken from a population of mean 50? So, first we are going to gather what are the given data. Here the sample size is 10. Totally in this problem there are 10 numbers are given. So, the sample size will be 10. And the 10 numbers, that is the sample weights that are given in the questions, or be written in the next step. So, also in the question they given the value for the population mean, that is 50. So, the population mean we denote the notation by mu. So, the value of mu will be 50 kg. Next, we have to define the hypothesis. First, we define the null hypothesis H0, that is the population mean is 50 kg. After that, we have to frame the alternative hypothesis, that is the population mean is not 50 kg. Next, here the formula for the t-test will be t is equal to x bar minus mu by s by root n. So, here the mu value will be given in the question. We have to find the value for x bar as well as s. So first we are going to find the value of the x bar, that is sample mean. So the formula for the x bar is equal to summation x by n. So by adding all the values given in the question divided by the total number of values, we get an answer for the x bar as 47.3. Next we are going to find the sample deviation, that is the value for s. So the formula for the s is equal to root of summation xi minus x bar the whole square divided by n minus 1. So in the first column we denote the x values which is given in the question, and the next we are going to find the x minus x bar. In the previous step itself we calculate the value for x bar, that is 47.3. So we are going to subtract that 47.3 which is x bar. So we are going to subtract that value from the x values. So after subtracting we obtain the value of xi minus x bar value. Next we are going to find the xi minus x bar the whole square. By squaring all these values which we obtained in the x minus x bar row, we obtain the value of xi minus x bar the whole square. After that we have to find the summation value. By adding all these value in the column of xi minus x bar value, we will find the x bar summation of xi minus x bar the whole square as 64.1. Next we are going to substitute this value in the S formula, that is instead of summation of xi minus x bar the whole square value, I substitute the value 64.1. Then we already know that the sample size, that is n is 10. Instead of n I am going to substitute the n instead of n I am going to substitute 10. So by simplifying this value I get an answer as 2.67. So now we found the value of x bar and s. Then we are going to substitute this value in the t formula. So this is the formula for the t test. T is equal to x bar minus mu divided by s by root n. So the x bar value, just now we found that a value for x bar is 47.3, and the mu value which is given in the question. So we are going to substitute the 50 instead of mu. After that we have to find the denominator s value. Just now we found the value of s is 2.67 divided by and the n value is 10. By simplifying this we obtain a value as minus 3.20. So in the t table the value for t value will be 2.26. So by comparing these two value, our value will be greater than the t table. So we reject the null hypothesis. So how we are going to find this table value will be based on the degrees of freedom. So the formula for the degrees of freedom is n minus 1. So the 10 minus 1 which is equal to n. So the degree of freedom will be n, and we are going to find the 5% significance level for this table. Using the t table, if we found the value 2.26. Comparing these two value, our value will be the greater than. So we reject the null hypothesis. Therefore, there is a significant difference between the sample mean and the population mean of 50 kg. So the next problem is a soap manufacturer company sells soap to retail shops. Before advertisement, the average sale of a soap in a shop is 140 dozens. After advertisement, a random sample of 26 shops is taken and the mean and standard deviation is 147 dozens and 16 respectively. Can we say whether the advertisement is successful? So first we are going to collect the information which is given in the question. Before advertisement, the mean is 140. So the value of news which is equal to 140. After advertisement, the sample size will be 26. So n is equal to 26 and the value of x bar, that is mean value, is given, which is 147, and the standard deviation value is also given in the question, that is 16. So we write the S is equal to 16. Then the significance level in this problem we are going to take as 5% because none of the value is given in the question. So default we can take significance level as 5%. Next we are going to frame the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis, the advertisement has no effect on sales, and the alternative hypothesis is advertisements increased in sales. Now we are going to find the t value, that is the formula for t value is equal to x bar minus mu divided by s by root n. Substitute all the values which is given in the question. After substitution we obtain a value of t is equal to 2.23. Next we are going to find the degrees of freedom. The degrees of freedom is equal to n minus 1. So by simplifying we get degrees of freedom as 25. By seeing the value for the degrees of freedom 25 and the significance level 5%, we obtain the table value as 1.708. Comparing the table value as well as the calculator value, or value, that is 2.23, is greater than the table value. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis. And the third problem is the two random samples reveal the following data. Yet some data are given for the two samples and we are going to find the t-test for this. So first we are going to obtain the values which is given in the questions. So this is for the first row is for the sample 1. So size of the sample 1 is n. Sorry, the size of the sample 1 is 8. So n1 is equal to 8 and mean value is 9.6. Therefore x1 bar is equal to 9.6. And the variance is 1.2, therefore S1 square is equal to 1.2. In the similar way, we are going to collect the data for this sample 2. Next, we are going to frame the null hypothesis. So, the null hypothesis for this problem is there is no significant difference between the mean of two samples, and the alternative hypothesis, the means are significantly different. So here the two samples are given. So we are going to use the t-test formula for the two samples. The formula is x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by root of s1 square by n1 plus s2 square by n2. Substituting all the values which is given in the question, we obtain a value was 11.23. Next we are going to find the degrees of freedom. Here the formula for the degrees of freedom is n1 plus n2 minus 2. By substituting the values, we obtain a degrees of freedom value as 17. Using the T table for the 5% significance level and the DF value, that is degrees of freedom 17, we obtain a value as 2.11. By comparing both the values, that is calculator values as well as the table value, our value, that is the calculator value 11.23, is greater than 2.1111. Therefore we reject the null hypothesis. There is the significant difference between the two sample means. Thank you.